We all appreciate the efforts of volunteers and everything that they offer to our community. But some organizations are finding it increasingly difficult to carry out their programs and services due to volunteer burnout.
Volunteer burnout is a phenomenon that we're hearing more and more about lately, and it's when volunteers are losing their enthusiasm for their volunteer roles, and also for organizations having issues about recruiting volunteers to fulfill roles that they are now faced with filling. They are actually experiencing some activities have to cease to exist because the volunteers just don't have the energy anymore to do the work.
According to a Canada survey of giving, volunteering, and participating in 2007, 12.5 million volunteers provided 2.1 billion hours of volunteerism in Canada. 25% of those volunteers accounted for 78% of total hours, and this is one possible cause of burnout. But Ann Coburn tells us there are some strategies that you can utilize before problems arise.
I think the first one that I would mention is that every organization should have a designated person, manager of volunteers in place, because then they're always on top of being able to see some of the symptoms that indicate volunteer burnout, such as lack of enthusiasm, missing shifts, etc. But I think some of the key points of trying to avoid it would be, number one, like what we do during National Volunteer Week, we do lots of recognition, day-to-day recognition of the activities of the volunteers. Make sure the volunteers know the impact that they're giving to your organization and the value that they bring to your organization. And also, I would say volunteers need holidays too. So when you have a volunteer and they're great volunteers, make sure that they also have time off to spend with their families and etc. and get renewed to come back and volunteer with your organization.
Anne also says that consideration should be given to what role the volunteer wants to play in your organization, not just what you want them to do. And mix it up. Give them the opportunity to try new positions and learn new skills, so that they're not doing the same job day in and day out. For more information on volunteering in the region, visit volunteerhalton.ca. For Halton Insider, I'm James Spalding.